Get ready for the Apple Awards action happening right now. We are diving into the excitement surrounding the high school theater scene across North Central Washington. Find out how the nominees are preparing for the big May 2025 ceremony at the Numerica Performing Arts Center, and what incredible performances are on the horizon for this year's awards show.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This ALEN 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Next up, we switch gears completely and look at what Apple has just dropped for its mobile users. We are breaking down the details of the iOS 26.5, iPadOS 26.5, and watchOS 26.5 update, revealing the security enhancements, the new end-to-end encrypted RCS messaging support, and the performance tweaks that are making your devices feel fresh and reliable. But hold on to your devices, because we are also covering critical security news from Apple Insider. We'll tell you exactly which older iPhones, iPads, and Macs need to update immediately to patch serious flaws related to WebKit, kernel access, and Wi-Fi vulnerabilities, ensuring your personal data stays protected against the latest threats. Finally, we look back at a legendary moment as we explore the future of music history. We are talking about the historic spot where Apple Corps Ltd's 60s headquarters and the final Beatles concert took place, and how that site is set to transform into a public museum for fans next year. Don't miss out on this history-making reveal, and subscribe now to stay ahead of the story. The high school theater scene in North Central Washington is buzzing with anticipation as the Apple Awards prepare to celebrate local talent. Nominees for the 2025 awards are currently rehearsing a performance for the ceremony scheduled for May 2025 at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. The Numerica Performing Arts Center has established itself as a vibrant hub for the arts, transforming one spring evening into an event comparable to a Tony Awards telecast or a regional family reunion. Backstage activity is intense, with actors in costume and makeup mingling, and directors exchanging crucial advice on lighting and costumes. The atmosphere is electric, with buzz around the production, including the anticipation of standout performances. Beyond the theater scene, Wenatchee is experiencing a vibrant cultural and festive season. Downtown Wenatchee is set to become a culinary destination as La Terraza on the Avenue brings Hispanic culture and business to the downtown core, promising aromas of grilled meat, sweet dough, citrus, spice, tequila, and summer pavement. May is bringing warmer weather and celebration to the region, highlighted by Leavenworth's 55th Mayfest, featuring Maybaum dances, a festzug, and a new beer garden. The community is also showcasing local talent through various events, including the debut of College Theater's original production, ARC, the musical, at Wells Hall Theater. Furthermore, Eastmont High students are bringing deaf culture to the spotlight with the revival of the Sign Idol through music. The Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is also drawing significant attention, featuring the return of the Apple Blossom Arts and Crafts Fair in Memorial Park from May 1st to 3rd. Showcasing over 100 juried artists. Classic cars and community pride will be on display with the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade and Car Show rolling into East Wenatchee, and the Lowrider Style Car and Bike Show hitting the Avenue on May 2nd for a cultural showcase. Mark Winters, a Texas singer-songwriter, is set to bring a positive vibe to Wenatchee with his music. The festival kicks off on Saturday, May 2nd, with the 107th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Stemmelt Grand Parade. Apple has rolled out the latest point updates across its mobile ecosystem, including iOS 26.5, iPadOS 26.5, and watchOS 26.5. This release focuses on refinement, security enhancements, new customization features, and under-the-hood performance boosts rather than sweeping feature overhauls. For iOS 26.5 and iPadOS 26.5, key additions include the introduction of end-to-end encrypted RCS messaging support, bringing cross-platform chats with Android users closer to iMessage security standards. Apple Maps has also received smarter, context-aware route and place suggestions, alongside the opt-in rollout of advertising within the Maps application for local business promotions. Users can also enjoy a vibrant new Pride Harmony wallpaper with extensive customization options. Performance has seen notable improvements, with reports indicating snappier animations, faster app launching, and slightly better battery life on supported devices, including older models like the iPhone 11 series and iPad Pro, 3rd gen and newer. Security remains a priority, as the update addresses numerous vulnerabilities and minor issues carried over from iOS 26.4.2. Further refinements include enhanced Apple Intelligence behaviors and better notification handling in focus modes, alongside continued expansion of the liquid glass design language. watchOS 26.5 brings its own set of improvements, featuring a new wrist flick gesture to quickly dismiss notifications. Workout buddy features have been enhanced with smarter real-time coaching and motivational prompts during activities. Performance optimizations have also been implemented for better power efficiency and smoother interface responsiveness across Series 6 and newer models. These updates are available over the air. Users can access them in Settings General Software Update on iPhone or iPad and via the Watch app General Software Update on their paired iPhone. Apple advises users to back up their devices before installation. This release serves as a spring cleaning update, ensuring current devices remain reliable while setting the stage for future features. Apple has rolled out a major round of critical security updates for its iPhone, iPad, and Mac devices running older operating systems, addressing serious flaws in WebKit, kernel access, Wi-Fi, and sandbox escapes. The comprehensive security patch cycle, released on May 11th, targets numerous versions across macOS, iOS, and iPadOS, including macOS Tahoe 26.5, macOS Sequoia 15.7.7, macOS Sonoma 14.8.7, iOS 18.7.9, iPadOS 18.7.9, iPadOS 17.7.11, iOS 16.7.16, and iOS 15.8.8. The detailed advisories reveal that the fixes span vulnerabilities in the kernel, WebKit, Wi-Fi, sandbox protections, privacy systems, and file handling frameworks. Current generation operating systems received the most extensive patching, with macOS Tahoe 26.5 specifically addressing privilege escalation, sandbox escapes, denial of service attacks, gatekeeper bypasses, arbitrary kernel-level code execution, and sensitive user data exposure. For iOS 18.7.9 and iPadOS 18.7.9, fixes were deployed for devices like the iPhone XS, iPhone XR, and 7th generation iPad, resolving issues in WebKit, Siri mail drafts, app intents, Wi-Fi, MDNS responder, launch services, and multiple kernel components, preventing apps from gaining elevated privileges or escaping sandbox restrictions. WebKit received significant remediation, patching vulnerabilities that could bypass content security policy protections, leak user information, crash Safari, or corrupt memory via malicious web content. Extensive kernel fixes were also included, addressing issues such as root privilege escalation, kernel memory disclosure, integer overflows, out-of-bounds writes, race conditions, and gatekeeper bypasses. Networking and wireless systems were also fortified. Updates patched a critical Wi-Fi flaw allowing arbitrary code execution with kernel privileges through an out-of-bounds write vulnerability, alongside denial-of-service bugs related to crafted Wi-Fi packets and MDNS responder traffic. Additional fixes targeted issues like app enumeration, app privacy report bypasses, IP address tracking, and unauthorized contacts access. Apple is maintaining its security commitment by shipping patches for devices more than a decade old. Dedicated maintenance updates continue to extend support for legacy hardware, with specific releases for iPadOS 17, iOS 16, and iOS 15 addressing issues like retained deleted notifications on older iPads and iPhones. Researchers from organizations including Google Threat Analysis Group, Google Project Zero, and others were credited in attributing several kernel vulnerabilities. Users are strongly advised to install these updates immediately and restart their devices to ensure the kernel and networking patches are fully applied. Apple cautions users to remain vigilant against untrusted apps, unknown configuration profiles, suspicious links, unsecured Wi-Fi, and unsolicited file downloads, emphasizing that updates for Safari and system browsers are crucial for overall security. London's historic 3 Savile Row in Mayfair is set to transform into a public museum, marking the site of the Beatles' final concert and the headquarters of Apple Corps Limited during the 1960s. The iconic location, where John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr recorded Let It Be and held their final rooftop performance on January 30, 1969, will soon open its doors to the public. The new experience is slated to launch next year, offering visitors access to a 7-floor exhibition featuring never-before-seen material from Apple Corps, extensive archives, rotating exhibitions, a fan store, and a recreation of the original studio. This unveiling promises fans an unparalleled opportunity to revisit the Fab Four's final creative and business hub. Paul McCartney expressed excitement about the project, stating, "It was such a trip to get back to 3 Savile Row recently and have a look around. There are so many special memories within the walls, not to mention the rooftop. The team have put together some really impressive plans, and I'm excited for people to see it when it's ready." Ringo Starr echoed the sentiment, adding, "Wow, it's like coming home." Tom Green, CEO of Apple Corps, emphasized the significance of the move, announcing, "We're thrilled to bring Apple Corps back to its spiritual home and give the Beatles fans something truly special. Every single day, fans are taking pictures of the outside of 3 Savile Row, but next year they can go in and explore all 7 floors of the iconic building, including the rooftop, where even the railings remain the same from that famous day in 1969. The Beatles at 3 Savile Row is scheduled to open to the public in 2027, promising a deep dive into the history of the band and the era that shaped their legacy.